Stop playing like this ain't your jam right now. And you know you're saying burrito.
Si te pido un beso, vendámelo. Yo sé que estás pensándolo. Llevo tiempo intentándolo. Mami, estás mirándolo. Sabe que tu corazón conmigo te hace bamba. Sabe que esa beba está buscando de mi bamba. Pasito a pasito, suave, suavecito. Nos vamos pegando poquito a poquito. Cuando tú me besas con esa destreza, te caes malicia con delicadeza. Pasito a pasito, suave, suavecito. Nos vamos pegando poquito a poquito. Y es que esa belleza es un rompecabezas.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I first want to acknowledge the fact that I'm hands-free, okay? I have been looking on eBay because I'm cheap and I'm broke for like a tripod and a thing for my car so I can stop like doing this number like if I'm selfie videoing. For the times that I'm vlogging and I do need to be walking and stuff like that, I will have, you know, a selfie stick. It'll make it a lot easier, but I bought all this stuff on eBay for real cheap, so it's been fun. So today I want to talk to you about the difference between guilt and conviction. And before I start, let me just disclaim that, you know, I'm not a pastor, I'm not a preacher, but I do feel touched by the Spirit, and I do feel a ministry calling on my life, and I know that that means for me, you know, to share kind of words of wisdom. Disclaimer number 2, to any family members who may be watching this and saying, girl, practice what you preach. I know. And guess what? When I'm preaching to the choir today, I'm preaching to me too. And things are about to change in my life, let me tell you, because I've been touched by the Spirit, and I'm not happy about some of the changes that I need to make, but I know that it's the right thing to do. So, moving on. So here's the thing, okay? We all know that I am a spiritual person, I am a Christian, and I have a strong faith in God and Jesus Christ and the Trinity, right? So, what was I getting at? Oh yeah, guilt. Guilt is not of God, y'all. It's not. If you're feeling guilty about something that's not a sin, don't. So here's the difference, right? If you're feeling convicted, you've done something wrong, you know you've done something wrong, and you feel terrible about it, that's not guilt, everybody. Wake up and smell the Bustelo. That's called conviction. That means you're a good person. You're feeling convicted, knowing you did something wrong, knowing you need to ask for forgiveness, and knowing that you need to do everything you can that's in your power to not do that thing again. That is called conviction. Okay? Now, some of you are feeling guilty for doing something for yourself instead of somebody else. Some of you are feeling guilty that a decision that you're feeling in your heart, you're feeling guilty just for thinking something, okay? And it's something that will better your life, that will make you a stronger person, that will change your life for the better, but you're feeling guilty about it because you're thinking how it is going to affect other people, okay? And unless it's going to affect somebody else because you're going to sin against them, it's not conviction. It is guilt. And you need to rebuke that guilt, throw it out the door, and do what you got to do to unlock the joy in your life. Okay? You need to experience God's joy because it's a gift that He gave to you. Okay? So, if you're feeling guilty in your mind, you're struggling about something, I don't want to do that because Aunt Sally's feelings will be hurt. Or not even feelings will be hurt, okay? Because you do want to consider people's feelings, but you can't like live off of people's feelings if you're not sinning against them, okay? So if Aunt Sally doesn't like what you're going to do, and she'll think something about you, she'll think you're a traitor, she'll think that you don't know what you're doing with your life, blah, 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 blah. Let Aunt Sally think that, and pray about Aunt Sally, and pray that her heart changes and that she grows to support your decision because it's what makes you happy and it's really not hurting anybody else, okay? And if it's hurting somebody else, it might be hurting them in a positive way, if that makes sense. Like, sometimes you need to do something for yourself, and it may hurt somebody else's feelings, but you're not sinning against them. And that person whose feelings are hurt will learn not to do whatever they've done. They'll learn from the experience so that they don't do it again, and they don't have to feel that hurt again. You get what I'm saying? I mean, are you reading between the lines here? Okay? I don't want to put my personal business out there, but I have been struggling with some guilt. Some really, really bad guilt. I need to make a decision fast, and this decision will make me sad. It will hurt my heart, but I also know in my heart that it's the right thing to do for my spiritual health, for my physical health, for my spiritual maturity, and to unlock the joy in my life. I can't see it now, but I know that if I make this decision, it will be the best thing for me. But it makes me sad. And I know it's going to probably hurt somebody else. Maybe not even hurt. Maybe like make somebody real angry. Okay? And I've been feeling so guilty about that, making that person angry or hurting that person. And I've also been feeling guilty, like, how is this person going to look at me? How is that person going to look at me? How are these people going to look at me if I make this decision? Are they going to think less of me? Probably. But I know what I'm doing is not a sin. And it's going to unlock my joy. And if I was feeling this way because I sinned, that would be different. Okay? So I need to rebuke this guilt. I need to make a decision. I need to unlock my joy. And I pray that everybody that I've been worried about's opinion changes. That their heart softens. And that they realize that this had to be done. And you can translate this to any part of your life that you may be feeling guilty about. Let me give you an example. If you're confused like Jacqueline, you're speaking in code, I'm not catching what you're throwing. Example. You cheat on your husband. You start to feel some type of way. It's eating you up inside. You start to feel eyes staring at you. You're crying in your bed at night. You made a mistake. And a very, very, very poor decision. What you're feeling is conviction. You've done something wrong and you need to get things straight. Okay? That's not okay. That's not what I'm saying. And that will never bring you joy. Okay? Doing somebody wrong like that and sinning against your partner will only satisfy you for a moment, and it will destroy your life later. Example of guilt. You're in a toxic relationship. You love that person so much, and you want to stand by their side, and you want it to be that person in your future. You want that person to be your forever. But your relationship just can't seem to be healthy for some reason. And you cry at night because you love this person so bad that you just want it to work out with that person. But then somewhere inside your heart says, you've got to leave this person. It's not a healthy situation for you. It's not good. It's toxic. He sinned against you. You stood by his side. You've swallowed your pride, which is good. You should do that. You've forgiven, which is good. You should do that. You've stood by this person's side. That's great. That was your choice. That's amazing. That's a strong person. But if it continues to be a toxic, volatile relationship and you start to feel guilty about feeling like you want to leave this person, that's not guilt, my friend. Well, I take that back. It is guilt. And you need to destroy that guilt and rebuke that guilt and not feel guilty about those feelings, okay? Because it's not self-serving. It's not selfish. God doesn't want that for you or the other person. So he needs that person to learn a lesson, and he needs you to unlock your joy, your health, your spiritual maturity. Okay? God doesn't want abuse for you. God doesn't want abuse for the other person. Okay? You guys may be toxic for each other, and if you're feeling guilt because that person's in a situation you don't want to leave their side, or you don't know what their mother's going to think, or your mother's going to think, or all your family's going to think because you made a decision, to end a relationship, is it easy? No, because you love the person and that's why you feel that guilt. But guilt is not of God. So what you need to do is do it. Do it. The devil is making you feel guilty so that you don't make a decision that makes you happy and makes the other person learn a lesson. And at the end of the day, it's a testimony. Okay? So this is my long-winded way of saying, make a decision. Take that guilt out of it. And do not feel bad about making yourself experience the joy that you are owed. You do not need to be in a toxic situation, whether it's work, whether it's this, whether it's a relationship, whatever it is that is making you an unhealthy individual. Do not feel guilty about wanting to be healthy. Don't feel guilty. You need to get out of that situation that's making you feel guilty. You may be sad for a while because it's uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable leaving a situation that you've just been in for a while and that you would hope works out. You know what I mean? I've had jobs that I'm just in the morning miserable going to, and I just want it to work out because it just seems like such an excellent career opportunity. But if every single day I consider killing myself and shooting myself in the head, I need to leave that situation and I need to not feel guilty about it. Okay? And you could take that and use it in any aspect of your life, flip it, script it, and reverse it. Okay? Well, don't reverse it. Okay? It's a little important that you, do this the right way. But what I'm getting at is do what you gotta do to be healthy and experience joy, okay? I'm not telling you to get out of a situation that you need to grow from and that you need to be in. But get out of a situation that's making your life toxic. And will it be hard? And will you cry? Yes. But shortly after, something's gonna happen in your life that you're going to realize, if I never did that, I would have never been here right now experiencing all this joy.
This is how we do it down in Puerto Rico. I just wanna hear you screaming. Ay, bendito.